This is either going to give me a warm and fuzzy on the run or it's not. I'm either going to feel really good about how the marathon's going to play out, or I'm going to fail this one too. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the vlog. It's still technically morning. It is 10:30 right now, Sunday, April 19th. That means we are less than 1 week away from race day. Marathon, Nashville Marathon is on Saturday, April 25th. Today is our final test to see if all the speed work we've been putting in hits our volume and still makes me feel like I got a shot at going sub 5. That's all I want, sub 5. But Garmin's predicting lower than that. I don't technically feel like I'm going to go lower than that, but today we're going to find out. We have a 16-mile, 2x3 mile tempo run. I don't remember the breakout of it. I'll talk about that when I get ready to go. But I know there's two segments of 3 miles. Within each of those segments, each mile is supposed to get a little bit faster. Obviously, there's a little recovery period in between, etc. So you figure the tempo is 6 miles. There's probably a 1 mile warm up, 1 mile cool down. So you figure 6, 7, 8, and then there's miles leading up to the tempo, then miles leading out of the in between, and then I don't know. Again, we'll talk about the breakout later, but today's the last test period, the last long run, and then we start to taper into the marathon. We go into the carb load. We fly into Nashville Friday. The race is on Saturday. We fly home on Sunday. Like, this is it. So less than a week from now, I will know if all the work we've put in pays off. But for now, I am going to eat something. I had a protein coffee a little bit later, or a little bit earlier. I'm going to make something high carbs, get ready to go run a little bit. I'm probably going to wait till about 2-ish. It's been kind of cold, and when we had a cold front come through, it's been cold and like hella windy. So it's supposed to start dying down around then. This run's going to take a while, so I want like the optimal conditions. I might even wear this hoodie. I might not. Depends. I don't know what the temperatures are going to be. But today's it. Today's the last day. The longest run will be today. The volume, everything. So I don't know. We'll see if I'm going to feel warm and fuzzy after today. So we're about to drink the stack, which is nothing more than creatine and Flight for pre-workout. 1 scoop, 200 milligrams of caffeine. Hopefully that gets last night's buffet dinner flowing through a little bit. And then I got to run. So it's 1:47 in the afternoon right now. Wind seems to have died down a little bit, which is good. Doesn't seem to be as cold, so I probably don't need a hoodie when I go outside, but I'll wear short sleeves and shorts. Drink this, let it process for about 25 minutes or so, head out the door for a 2.5 hour, 16-mile tempo run. Not looking forward to it, but let me do this, let me get ready, and then we'll talk about the workout before I go and see what it really means. All right, so it's 2:30. I'm about ready to head out, but I wanted to get by the computer so that I could talk through this workout. I'll put it up here so you guys can see this stuff too, right? This workout is a 2-mile warm-up at about 11-minute pace, and again, that's super slow. Then it looks like I got 3 miles fast at 9:30. Not really fast, but like faster than I would want to go. Then I've got 3 1-mile intervals at 9:01, 8:55, 8:49. 3-mile recovery at 9:41, And then 3 more miles at 8:53, 8:37, 8:32. I don't know why he keeps giving me sub 9 minute miles. I'm not running sub 9s, but I'm gonna do my best. And then a 2 mile cool down at 10:18, which I'll probably end up walking most of that. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. But I'm definitely not hitting. I don't know why he keeps telling me to run sub 9s. I'm definitely going to struggle to hit those, especially when my first sub 9 minute mile is at mile 6, 7, and 8. Like, it's craziness to me. But we're going to push through. We're going to do what we can. I got to go get my hydration. I've got goo. I'm going to have 1 bottle with me. It's not super hot, so I probably won't be drinking as much on this run. But we're going to get it done. I got the GoPro. I'll probably do some check-ins after, throughout. I don't know where I'm running. Probably the same routes you've seen me run. So I'm not going to do a whole lot of recording on the course itself. I may not even record at all. I may just come back and report. We'll see. But at the end of the day, I've got 12 of 16 miles that I really don't want to run. But we're less than a week out. Got to do it. Last test. This is either going to give me a warm and fuzzy on the run, or it's not. I'm either going to feel really good about how the marathon's going to play out, or I'm going to fail this one too. Hands down. So, we'll see. All right, just finished the first 3 mile run session. So 2 mile warm up, 3 mile run. About to take a goo. So I'm at 5 miles in. Feeling good. Heart rate's holding steady, upper 120s, low 130s. But now we got those first three intervals to go. So I'm gonna take this gel, stop recording, and go run. All right, halfway, feeling pretty good. 8 miles in right now. We're doing 2 miles at 9:40 pace. 6 more hard miles to go. Well, I guess we're doing 3 miles at 9:40 pace, and then 3 more intervals. So 6 hard miles to go, and then 2 recovery at the end. See you at the house. All right, I made it. I did 15. I stopped on after 1 mile of cool down because I'm home. I didn't feel like running another mile just to make it home again. So I did 15. Once I get showered, I gotta take Gigi out driving, but tonight I'll wrap up the video and go over my paces, let you know how I felt, and so on. But yeah, I need to shower and get Gigi while it's still daylight out and before the big rain comes. But let me show you my watch. Hour 2:24, 15 miles, and average pace was 9:38 for those 15. A lot of calories burned. Average heart rate, 132. Holy shit. So, average heart rate being 132 is actually impressive. It's maybe in the low 60s right now. It drizzled for most of the run. I know it's supposed to be rainy on race day, at least right now it is up in Nashville. I think there's like scattered thunderstorms. I think the high is only like the low 70s. So by race day, it'll be mostly like upper 50s, low 60s, I think. Which means we might get very similar conditions to what I just ran in. I didn't even finish my my hydration. I still have that. I still have, I think, 1 gel in my pocket. I brought 4. I still have 1 left. So if I get similar conditions, slower pacing, I could probably finish this and get a PR. Wouldn't that be awesome? When I get home, I'll go over it.
Hello? Where do I go?
All right, so I'm back. I've got this computer above looking at this. I'm going to go over the run today. And, just lap mile by mile, whatever, interval by interval, and kind of really talk about how I feel, how I feel going into race day, now that we're officially in race week as of now. So warm up was faster than it was supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be 11:01 pace. Turns out I did 10:45s. I was like 10:43, 10:46 for each mile, but I definitely focused on keeping it slow. There were times I felt myself creeping up, into the like lower 10s, and I was like, no, slow it down, because I really, really, really had to try to go slower. Average heart rate for the warm up was 126. Then we hit the first 3 mile run, which was miles 3, 4, and 5. Overall pace was 9:45, which was good. I kept that pretty steady, 9:44, 41, 49. Those three, average heart rate was 131 for that block. Again, after that 3 miles, I was feeling good. So now we're at mile 5. I took my first gel. This is almost going to be like a race report, by the way. And then I had those 3 miles where it was 5 seconds faster each mile. First mile was a 9:05. Second mile, I actually went 10 seconds faster at 8:54. Third mile, I was 8:48. So little, like 6 seconds faster. But I was able to increment my miles appropriately. Again, now my heart rate crept up. The average was 139 at the third interval. Took it down to another 3 mile rest period. Average was 9:41, so I kept it in that range right there. Back to the final 3 miles of interval work. 8:55, 8:38, 8:42. They probably should have been flip flop. I think it was the second one should have been closer to 8:45, 8:50 or something like that, and then the third one was like 8:30 something. So either way, overall, I kept it at 8:55 pace. Legs felt good. Then the cool down, I did 1 mile of the 2 miles cool down, a little bit slower. Did some walking, just because whatever, and then I got home. But my heart rate average, my max heart rate of the day peaked at 147, and that was during the fifth of the 6 intervals, which is really weird. But I guess when it's 60 degrees and raining, your heart rate's not going to get super high anyway. But yeah, at the end of the day, this run was 15 miles, longest of prep. And the hope is that the fact that I've been pushing low 9s, 8s, 8:30s for this prep is going to prepare me for slower paces over longer periods of time. This run is very, very optimistic. I'm very optimistic after this run, simply because I was able to go from that cruise at those 3 miles at 9:45, and then go down as fast as 8:48 for those miles, and then bring it back down to up to cruise, but then go even faster for 3 more miles. So I think without those intervals, those 6 miles where I got faster and faster and faster, I probably would have been able to hold that cruise pace, like 9:45s, for a much longer period of time. And right now, I think my goal is to see if I can get to between 17 and 20, cruising at like 9, somewhere between like 10:05 and 9:30, like slowly go from there. The first 5 miles maybe at like 10:05. Then go to 9:45s from miles 5 to 15 or whatever, and then just slowly after that, just trying to hold on. I think I'll be okay. I'm not gonna lie. I think this might actually be a good race. There's a PR coming from this race. I feel it. Garmin has me predicted. My predictor is a 4:13:36 after today, which is, I think, the fastest I've ever had a prediction. It also has my half marathon predicted at 1:54. So if I was running a half marathon, Garmin would predict a PR for me, which I wish I was running a half marathon. Yeah, so at the end of the day, now we just taper into race week. Again, I'm optimistic. My goal, my target, personal target, obviously 5:03 is my current PR. My target is 5:02 or faster, unofficially. I really want to see a 4:30. I would be super stoked with a 4:30 marathon. Would I love to see below 4:30? Absolutely. But 4:30 is really what I'm hoping to push for. I don't know what that's going to look like pace-wise. I'm sure Dom will figure something out, because I think that's been the target for this entire prep. Thankfully, once this race is over, we have 4 weeks to an Olympic, which I've never run an Olympic triathlon, so auto PR. So I'll at least get one of the series. And then we go less than 3 weeks until Happy Valley. Or 3 weeks until Happy Valley. So this is the longest distance I have to cover. We already know I can cover a half marathon fairly well. If I can cover a half marathon off the bike fairly well, we'll have a PR there. My bike is looking really good. I rode a race pace ride a couple weeks ago on the Happy Valley course profile, and I got to mile 46 or 48 before the cool down, and that was in 2:30 or less than 2:30. Yeah. So in 3 hours or whatever, I got to like mile 48, and that was, with the cool down and a warm up. You take those out and put them race pace, I probably would have got to like mile 50, 52 by 2:30, like 2.5, like 2:30. I could go sub 3 on that bike, according to right now. But again, race day is race day. We'll see. We have plenty of time for that. Let's go speed with the Olympic, and then we'll focus on Happy Valley. But yeah, right now I'm super optimistic. The next video is going to be put out after the race. It's going to be the carb load race week video, then a race day, and then a recap. So this video, if you're still watching, hopefully you are, drop your predictions below where you think I'm going to stand, especially after this run. Remember, Garmin's predicting 4:13:36. My target's 4:30 or under, preferably. I did the half marathon in 1:58 just 2 months ago. So where do you think I'm going to fall in this race? Drop them below. Let's see what you're predicting. And thanks for watching. Next video, like I said, will probably be a carb load video. It'll be post race, so you'll be catching up, and then we'll do a race video probably later that week to race day, what I captured during the race, and then a recap afterwards to get back on schedule. So thank you for watching. Thanks for the support. I'll see you in the next video.